It's Louis here. I hope you're all well. Today we'll be looking at Bitcoin on the daily time frame. Let's zoom into the daily close. If you remember in yesterday's update, we were saying how if we see a daily close above 16217, then we will continue up. However, if we close below it, it's not a signal we will go up. But I also mentioned go over to the 4-hour time frame. If you need to remind yourself with yesterday's update, go watch it again. But essentially we said, if you close below this, it's not a signal to go up. However, if you go over to the 4-hour and you see candles closing above, then yeah, we're going to continue upwards. We're just facing some key resistance at the moment on the 55 daily EMA. So if we struggle to take this out, it means that we're going to come towards here. That's what the wicks are showing at the moment, but this is the 4-hour time frame. If you see a 4-hour close, let's just say above this wick, 16,634, a 4-hour close above this, we're going to get this continuation upwards, eventually towards the 200 EMA. It will not be there, guys. I can guarantee it won't be there. It will drag down. The longer this takes to come up, this will drag down. So as we've broken out of this key area of support, we need to back test it. So that's why right now, if we come back down and hold this 20 EMA, continuous closes below 16,600 is going to signal this that we're going to come back, and we need to hold 16.2k if you want to get this continuation back up to 17, around 17,500, 17,250. So that's where we will be heading to. I can't give an exact price for the 200 EMA, but a nice resistance would be, of course, the previous bottom back in June. That is going to be a key resistance. If you manage to get above that, that is great. But you can see we have this descending resistance as well as 18.6k. This can actually pump all the way up to 18.6k. We've been talking about it. If we go back over to the daily time frame, we were saying that we can see the 20 and the 55 here. I remember this is just going to knock us back down, at least in the short term. So you could put, let's say these start curling and we manage to bounce off the 55 and actually hold the 20. That will give you chances to break above 18.6k and head into this golden pocket, which we drew from this pump down. We retraced into the golden pocket. So just from the top to the bottom, it's showing you that once you've had this impulse, it's showing you where you're going to retrace to, where we're getting pulled towards like a magnet, which is the golden pocket. And so from that point, we continue our trend. Our trend was down because we had the impulse down, the retracement. And remember, this tool is called the Fibonacci retracement. So it's just telling you where it's coming to before you continue your trend. Obviously, we played around a bit where we came back into the golden pocket, but you did not create the reverse wave. To create the reverse wave, if you want to see price going up, you need to create a reverse wave by reclaiming the gold pocket to head back up. That's what we were waiting for. But of course, failing to reclaim it, it means we're going to go lower. And so we did that over here, continued lower. I've shown the fractal in the last couple of updates of what I believe is going to happen. The fractal is saying that it can go up a little bit. I will just pull it up for you guys. So we recognize that we're seeing essentially this again. So if I drag this over for you, reduce the size of it right there. If we zoom in, you can see, oops, my apologies. You can see over here, we could have actually gone up. So let's say we've come back down to the bottom. We haven't lost the support. It's being held as support, as we said yesterday. And if we see a daily close above this, that's a signal we'll go up. We did not get it. We closed below. So that's a signal that really should not go up. However, if you see on the 4-hour or the 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever time frame, closing above this, holding it as support, we're going to continue up because this is actually a resistance. You see support over here, and it was held as resistance last night on the daily time frame, right? So we opened this daily time frame actually below the green line. You can actually see that right there. Close the daily time frame a bit below. Let's get. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. Let me move this green box for you. There we go. So yeah, you can see we actually closed below, but of course on the 4-hour, we've had this insane pump. Let's go over to the 1 hour over here. Yeah, it just happened within 1 hour, so not much to do. Apart from here, we've got some sort of rising wedge, so that target is just back down to the bottom where the 20 EMA will hold. If you lose the 20, it's back down to the 55, back on this previous resistance as support. Again, it doesn't have to go down there, it can just bounce off here because a rising wedge target is just at the bottom. If it chooses to break below the 20, it's then back down to here. You can see there's actually some sort of inverse head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder. This is some smaller time frame analysis for you guys, because you know I'm mostly the daily time frame geezer. I just prefer it. Don't have to worry about the chart all day long. Just wait, wake up. Go to bed, and it's the daily close. You do your analysis before bed. That's for me personally, because I live in England, and the daily close for me is midnight. Luckily, because it was 1 a.m. before, and I wasn't really watching it because I don't like staying up that late. But now, stay up until around midnight, and you see what the close is saying. And then you can make your judgment at midnight. That's what I was doing a lot when I was learning 4 years ago. Of course, 4 years ago, I was at uni, so I had to balance this with uni, but I eventually left uni to go full-time into this, essentially. But at that time, of course, I had to do all these essays and whatnot, so I had to find time for this. So I would basically, just before bed, put a trade on the daily closes while I was at uni, because, of course, I'm at uni during the day. I can't be on the chart. So that's what I was essentially doing 4 years ago. I just found it easier. So when the daily close happens, by the time you've woken up, you've already, for example, let's say, of course, in this case, it's a bit different. I don't know. We can actually say it from in here. So with this daily close at midnight, because it did not close below this green line, you could have put in a buy trade, and you could have just closed the trade as soon as it hit. You didn't even have to wait for the daily close, because this is a resistance, so you will react. You didn't get a big reaction. Let's go over to the 1 hour, see. You didn't get a big reaction. We got trapped above the EMA, so you flip this bullish in the short term. That's why we need to break this 200 EMA on the 1 hour time frame and meet this inverse head and shoulders patterns target. Let's go over to the 4 hour now. You can see the shoulder and the head down here. So going back to the daily time frame, this would signal that we're going to see continuation into this resistance, and we'll draw a box from the bodies to the wicks and drag it across. And you can see that's going to be lining up the 20 EMA on the daily time frame. So guys, if you want me to teach you this, then go ahead, head over to my Twitter. I have a course that's 6 hours long with 30 plus videos teaching you from zero knowledge. It's currently 50% off. And if you just want to private message me over my Twitter, we can get you started. I also have one-to-one mentorship. That's 10 hours of lessons. Some of you have messaged me, I can't afford it. What I can offer is half the lessons, and now we'll reduce the price. But again, you wouldn't be getting the full 10 lessons. It would just be 5. But we can sort something out like that if needs be, to cater to you. If it's more affordable, I'll be more than happy to try and sort something out. So just message me, let me know your situation, and I'll do my best to try and help you. So that's all over my Twitter. There's also a free giveaway at the moment for a course. If you want to enter, just follow me over here, over on my Twitter, like that post and retweet it, and you'll be entered in the giveaway. There's over 30 or 40 entrants on it. So thank you guys so much. We're almost at 10 members on the channel. Remember, members can actually request charts at any moment. Louis, I'm a member, mate. I want this chart. I have to do so. Yes, sir. So if you want a chart request, priority replies, check out those memberships. We're almost at 10 members now. I think it's 8 or 9. So let's push for 10 members. That would be great. There's over 4,000 of you, so it would really be appreciated. I'm going to start to do live shows very, very soon. It's just the World Cup at the moment. That's why I've had to make the videos a bit early. I want to watch the games today. So I appreciate all the patience. And I have been trying to make uploads on Twitter. But yeah, with the games, it's going to be a bit less, but I will be doing my videos. Do not worry, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're not done just yet. I appreciate I was just waffling a lot, but I had to get it all out the way. There's a trend line here, okay? So at some point, this trend line will be retested, okay? But again, it's resistance. You can see this is a descending trend line. So every time you hit it, you're lower than the last time. So this was the highest point. The second time was lower. Even if we come up now, it's going to be lower than that. And remember, if we want to flip this bullish, we need to take out 23K. So if we were to come up into here, you would essentially need to confirm this as support again. And you can see that it would be some sort of inverse head and shoulders with a larger target, a bullish target, of course, that would be breaking out. above this. But yeah, only heading back into the 2021 low over here. Previous support as resistance. Remember, ever since losing it, you never retested it. So eventually, even if you're bullish, even if you believe it's going to reclaim 30k, you need to understand at first you'll get a big rejection. The bulls are going to pray. Okay, the move began here. That's the top of the move. So it needs to retrace, to the golden pocket around here or so. But yeah, it can, of course, fall through because that's the bullish scenario. People want it to hold support here and go up like that. But because you're under this resistance, old support, technically when you come up into it as resistance, you should eventually just continue lower. So yeah, even if we do see this bullish momentum coming up to 28k, there's still a lot to go through, guys. So that would be an area of taking profit. That's if this bullish scenario comes with this massive potential inverse head and shoulders, because as we've just said on the channel, eventually these trend lines need to get tested. Whether that's anytime soon or years away, no one actually knows, guys. That's just the general truth. So that's why I always say, let's take it step by step. Let's take it move by move. Let's prepare for both scenarios. And yeah, Louis is the if guy. But guys, I'm not here for the daily close, So that's why I say I prepare you guys for the daily close. If it breaks this resistance on the daily close, it's going up. If it breaks this support on the daily close, it's going down. I can't do more than that. You know what I mean, guys? I'm saying it for you. I'm saying wait for 11.5 hours. If it does this, it's going to do that. If it does the other thing, it's going to do that thing. So you need to wait until 11.5 hours. Louis said, if the bullish scenario happens, you enter the bullish scenario. If the bearish scenario happens, you enter the bearish scenario. It is literally as simple as that. If you still don't get it, again, I have 50% off on my course at the moment. If you want to check out the mentorship offer at the moment, if it's too expensive, again, we can half the lessons for you if that helps, and of course reduce the price a fuck ton. Thank you guys so much. Like, subscribe and comment, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.